Welcome back to the W number. Today, we're going to drip some poison right onto that brain piece with some funny, crazy, weird conversations and topics, increasing threat of deep fakes, sterilization of minors, puberty blockers and children, and Trump sharing the funniest deep fake ever. I'm going to play a little song while people get in the house and we'll tear it up.
I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, la, 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day. I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. I've been driving this train, years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost.
How we doing out there today, man, in Boston, in the surrounding areas, everywhere, dude, anywhere, Texas, Oklahoma, California, Wyoming, Tallahassee, wherever the fuck you are, man, what's rocking, bro? Hey, today we're going to get into some crazy ass topics, man, some things that I just could not friggin' pass up, dude. These things are so wild, bro, it's just nuts, man. So we're going to talk about some weird stuff. First, I'm going to play you a couple of examples of some deep fakes, because I just think you guys need to know exactly how crazy the threat really is. You know what I mean? So we're gonna play you some deep fake. Watch this, bro. You guys are gonna be like, what the fuck? You could literally copy anybody, dude. Anybody. So that means politicians, whoever. Let's watch Putin. Putin.
Means of adding famous actresses into porn scenes. Despite bans on major websites, they remain easy to make and find. They're named for the deep learning artificial intelligence algorithms that make them possible. Input real audio or video of a specific person, the more the better, and the software tries to recognize patterns in speech and movement. Introduce a new element like someone else's face or voice, and a deepfake is born.
It's actually extremely easy to make one of these things. There were just some breakthroughs from academic researchers who work with this particular kind of machine learning in the past few weeks, which would drastically reduce the amount of video you need actually to create one of these.
Programs like FakeApp, the most popular and widely available for making deep fakes, need dozens of hours of human assistance to create a video that looks like this, rather than this. In August, researchers at Carnegie Mellon revealed software that accurately rendered not just facial features, but changing weather patterns and flowers in bloom. This advance is not yet available to the public. But with increasing capability comes increasing concern.
this is kind of fake news on steroids potentially. We do not know of a case yet where someone has tried to use this to perpetrate a kind of fraud or an information warfare campaign, or for that matter, to really damage someone's reputation. But it's the danger that everyone is really afraid of.
In a world where fakes are easy to create, authenticity also becomes easier to deny. People caught doing genuinely objectionable things could claim evidence against them is bogus. Fake videos can also be difficult to detect, though researchers around the world and at the US Department of Defense have said they're working on ways to counter them. Deep fakes do, however, have some positive uses. Take Cereproc, a firm that creates digital voices for people who lose theirs from disease.
Speech synthesis is the artificial production of human speech.
There are also applications that could be considered either good or bad, like the many, many deepfakes that exist solely to turn as many movies as possible into Nicolas Cage movies.
Yo, they're gonna turn as many movies as possible into Nicolas Cage movies, dude. That's hilarious. Yeah. So that's just the beginning of deepfakes, right? So as technology gets a little deeper, deepfakes are gonna get wilder, right? So you can literally change the expression on the face, the amount of blinks they have, whatever, dude, right? And I mean, shit, if they can make a Nicolas Cage movie out of a friggin', Ben Affleck movie, then they can make, whatever Putin's saying in Russian into fucking Donald Trump saying it in English. But, that's just an opinion. Obviously, nobody really gives a fuck, but, I do. So I'm going to fucking play it because that's what I feel like fucking doing now. Yo, so let's go read this is the Department of Homeland Security made a report with a disclaimer statement on it. It says this document is provided for educational information purposes only. The views and opinions expressed in this document do not necessarily state or reflect those of the United States government or the public-private analytic exchange program, and they may not be used for advertising or product endorsement purposes. All judgments and assessments are solely based on unclassified sources and are not the product of joint public and or private sector efforts, right? Okay, well, now that we've read that and I can play my shit without getting sued, my fucking computer is acting, hold on. Okie dokie. Hold on, guys, my fault. What the fuck? All right. So, introduction. In the late 2017, Motherboard reported on a video that had appeared on the internet in which the face of Gal Gadot had been superimposed on an existing pornographic video to make it appear that the actress was engaged in the acts depicted. Despite being a fake, the video quality was good enough that a casual viewer might be convinced or might not care. An anonymous user of the social media platform Reddit, who referred to himself as Deepfakes, claimed to be the creator of this video. He's probably going to get fucked. The FBI can find that dude, right? The term deepfakes is derived from the fact that the technology involved in creating this particular style of manipulated content or fakes involves the use of deep learning techniques. Deep learning represents a subset of machine learning techniques, which are themselves a subset of artificial intelligence. So, what's up, guys? All in the chat. Bry Guy, Grace, Eric Teska, Daniel Marks, bro, all you guys, man, what's up? So let me get back to reading this. I just want to, this is gonna be super informative. You guys aren't even gonna believe where this goes, bro. This is gonna go some crazy, deep, dark, twisted places, bro. Watch. Imagine what it could do to someone's mental, like if they find themselves with some dudes banging some other guy's wife, and they send the tape to their house or something like that. That's the type of thing deepfakes could just disrupt family life. They could disrupt the entire country, economics, whatever, dude, right? You can make a deep fake of anything, right? So deep learning represents a subset of machine learning techniques, which are themselves a subset of artificial intelligence. In machine learning, a model uses training data to develop a model for a specific task. The more robust and complete the training data, the better the model gets. In deep learning, a model is able to automatically discover representations of features in the data that permit classification of parsing of the data. They are effectively trained at a deeper level 3. That means that they can make the computer or whatever it is, right, a deep fake, do certain things that look and appear to be real, dude, right? it's insane. They can make them blink in a certain way, like mannerisms, like they can copy your mannerisms and everything. So you really can't figure out what is real and what is fake. And that's the craziest part, is that that's why it's a deep fake, is because they can make it blink how you blink, talk how you talk, twist your face how you twist your face, do weird stuff like how you do weird stuff. The data, which can be examined using deep learning, is not restricted to images and videos of people. It can include images and videos of anything, as well as audio and text. In 2020, Dave Gershgorn, a reporter for 10, reported on the release of new music by famous artists on the OpenAI website. That's a website, OpenAI, right? They also have one that's it's called like Serious AI or something like that, and it detects AI or deep fakes in videos, but you have to pay for it. So I didn't get it. Using existing tracks from well-known artists, living and dead, programmers were able to create realistic tracks of new songs by Elvis, Frank Sinatra, and Jay-Z. Jay-Z's company, Rock Nation. Wow, Jay-Z, he's on the bill, huh? I wonder if he was getting P. Diddy back then, Jay-Z's company, Rock Nation LLC, Rock Nation, I'm starting to think that means different things, sued YouTube to take the tracks down. AI generated text, I don't think they're going to be suing anybody for a little while, but AI generated text is another type of deep fake that is growing challenge, whereas researchers have identified a number of weaknesses in image, video, and audio deep fakes as means of detecting them. Deep fake text is not so easy to detect. So they have deep fake texts, right? I don't know what the fuck that really could be like. Maybe it's like the coding of their faces or the coding of the deep fake or something like that. It is not out of the question that a user's texting style, which can often be informal, could be replicated. Oh, so they can make the deep fake write the way the person writes, to holy crap, so that they could sign official documentations and stuff like that. Wow. As of these types of deep fake, imagine if they signed like a nuclear bill or something like that. As of these types of deep fake media, image, video, audio, and text could be used to simulate or alter a specific individual or the representation of that individual. This is the primary threat of deep fakes. Wow, this is the Department of Homeland Security talking about this, so they did their homework on this, right? All of these types of deep fake media, image, video, audio, text, could be used to simulate or alter a specific individual or the representation of that individual. This is the primary threat of deep fakes. However, this threat is not restricted to deep fakes alone, but incorporates the entire field of synthetic media and their use in disinformation. More than just deep fakes, synthetic media, and disinformation, deep fakes actually represent a subset of the general category of synthetic media. Even on YouTube, right? If you put any type of AI generated material, you have to click a certain link and say that it's AI, because people were suing YouTube saying that they believed what they were watching was real, when in reality it really was a deep fake and they couldn't tell. I could create it right now on fucking CapCut if I want to, or like you could literally create anything. I can make the AI model in a matter of seconds say whatever I want and look exactly like a real human being saying exactly what I'm saying. Like, that's how crazy deepfakes are and how easy they are to make. It's just in those models, you can't make them into specific human beings. They have to be the models that they pick for you, right? So it kind of eliminates the threat of a real deep fake, as it is here stated. Many popular articles on the subject define synthetic media as any media which has been created or modified through the use of artificial intelligence / machine learning, especially if done in an automated fashion. From a practical standpoint, however, within the law enforcement and intelligence communities, synthetic media is generally defined to encompass all media which has either been created through digital or artificial means. Think computer-generated people or media which has been modified or otherwise manipulated through the use of technology, whether analog or digital. I'm gonna answer some stuff, man, over here, guys. See what you guys are doing in the chat. Jennifer, how are you? That's the shaboot right there, Jennifer. That's the shaboot. Don't mess with the shaboot. I think the tech is way further along than people are aware of. Obviously, hey, Brian, look at the way they're creating human beings, real human beings, not fake human beings. They're deep faking the president, right? And I'm going to show you some deep fakes of the president after this, right? To show you just how crazily they can make these things, right? I got tons of them. Like, I found all kinds of deep fakes. I found you know, deep fakes is celebrities saying funny stuff. And I'm going to show you the one that Trump released just the other day of, you know, these fake uh, uh, Taylor Swift fans, right? Matter of fact, I'm going to show you that right now, and I'll come back to this, right? You guys are going to friggin' laugh your asses off, right? I'll read you. I know this is going to be confusing. Actually, you know what? Let me finish reading you this, and then I'll go back to that, all right? Because I don't want to confuse you guys and mess up the video, right? So, for example, fashion segment for sure. Yeah, it's a statement. I'm making a fashion statement, Jennifer, because you know I think the one shoe and one boot is like, you know, that's the new in thing, right, Jennifer? The shaboot. Hey, shaboot. You ever seen that shit? Hey, shaboot. My boy put me onto that shit. It was funny, bro. I was digging around in a dumpster. For example, physical audio tape can be manually cut and spliced to remove words or sentences and alter the overall meaning of a record's content. That's a cheap fake, right? That's somebody altering and splicing records and words in a song, which is illegal, right? Cheap fakes are another version of synthetic media in which simple digital techniques are applied to content to alter the observer's perception of an event. So if they could say, like, for instance, like they can make them say sexual things or innuendos and things like that. Like they could put it together. Like, you know how we create dumb stuff out of, you know what I mean? Like that's what they're doing, but real, like intelligent ways. So cheap fakes are examples described elsewhere in this paper demonstrate speech being slowed and a video being accelerated. Oh shit. Whoops. Science and technology are constantly advancing. Deep fakes, along with automated content creation and modified techniques, merely represent the latest mechanisms developed to alter or create visual, audio, and text content. The key difference they represent, however, is the ease with which they can be made and made well. In the past, casual viewers or listeners could easily detect fraudulent content. This may no longer always be the case and may allow any adversary interested in sowing misinformation or disinformation to leverage far more realistic video, audio, or text content in their campaigns than ever before. So this is like saying, right, in the middle of this election year, they're going to start throwing deep fakes into the game, just probably little clips, little things that'll make them say certain little manipulative things, maybe not too heavy at first, so that they can actually get away with the deep fakes. And maybe they won't even realize, like Trump won't even realize his deep fake is out there saying that he likes, you know, Mexicans crossing the border or something like that, because that's like his anti thing, right? It would just be kind of like one of those things like, wait a second, you know what I mean? But that's, they're going to do all kinds of messy things with this deep fake thing. Watch, I bet you, mark my words, I bet you Russians are working in little basements right now talking about, let's figure out ways to manipulate this against Kamala Harris. Not that I like Kamala Harris. I think she's the witch, the wicked witch of the West. And I think she should never be elected. She's a terrible, terrible candidate. But yes, facts, for real. Hey, Bry Guy, what do you think about Kamala Harris? Let's everybody say what they think about Kamala Harris in 5 words or less. See what we can come up with here, dude. I think that'll be a great exercise for us. Since we only have 5 people watching and caring about what I say, they can go, right? I don't care. Anyway, since the deepfake in 2017, there have been many developments in deepfake and related synthetic media technologies. The timeline below provides a listing of some of the most well-known and representative examples of deepfakes, as well as some cheap fakes, and one example of an instance in which deepfakes were initially implicated but never proven to have been used. That means that they literally made these deep fakes, but they couldn't prove they were actually deep fakes. So the people actually got blamed for it, right? An addendum to this report, which provides summaries of these examples and links for further information, is also available. So let's look at these examples. All right, this is the examples. Timeline of deep fakes and synthetic media. Obama BuzzFeed deep fake, right? Okay, I'm going to look that up. Let me write this down so I can look this up right after. Obama BuzzFeed deepfake. All right, guys. Maybe one of you guys will look it up while we're looking, or don't. Stay right here. Obama BuzzFeed deepfake. All right. Then we got the Jennifer Lawrence Buscemi deepfake. I'm wondering what the hell that is, dude. Jennifer Lawrence Buscemi. All right, and then we got world leaders imagine deepfake. Oh my god! So they got world leaders probably saying some wild shit. You know what? Let's look up one of these right now. Fuck that, dude. All right, hold on, guys. You guys could read that while I go look it up because that is gonna stay on this tab. That's gonna be continue sharing. All right, so let's look up because the first one was Obama BuzzFeed deepfake, so it's got to be good, right? Obama. Oh, actually, let's go to YouTube and do it. Yes, I can't wait to see this, man. I don't know about you guys, but I'm like, this is like got my attention right now, dude. My boy's supposed to be jumping on here too. Okay, Obama BuzzFeed deepfakes right here, dude. Let's check this out. Bang.
Point in time, even if they would never say those things. So,
hold on, let me play it back.
We're entering an era in which our enemies can make it look like anyone.
Yo, what about that voice though?
Is saying anything at any point in time, even if they would never say those things. So, for instance, they could have me say things like, I don't know, Killmonger was right. Or Ben Carson is in the sunken place. Or, how about this? Simply, President Trump is a total and complete dipshit.
Oh, shit.
Now, you see, I would never say these things, at least not in a public address, but someone else would. Someone like Jordan Peele.
Oh, shit.
This is a dangerous time. Moving forward, we need to be more vigilant with what we trust from the internet.
He's talking and he's
talking. Time when we need to rely on trusted news sources. It may sound basic,
going here,
but how we move forward in the age of information is going to be the difference between whether we survive or whether we become some kind of fucked up dystopia. Thank you. And stay woke, bitches.
Stay woke, bitches. Yo, stay woke, bitches. Oh my God, that's hilarious, bro. I'm finding some more. Fake Obama using AI BBC 2. I wonder what this one is.
It got me thinking about my full-time employees and their ability to survive on $8 an hour in New York City. And foremost in all of our minds has been the loss and the grief felt by the people of Orlando. Most of us don't get our health care through the marketplace. We get it through our job or through Medicare or Medicare. And what you should know is that thanks to the Affordable Care Act, your coverage is better today than it was before. Women can get free checkups, and you can't get charged more just for being a woman. To give his employees together to pass a common, there's a bill that would boost America's very, very hard.
Jennifer, you better make it with like a 12-inch fucking thing, dude. Right? If I'm gonna be in a porno, I better be giant.
Hard times.
Some progress, at least within the small confines of the legal community. I think it's real important.
Here we go. President Barack Obama, when you giving a speech, make sure you use a lot of pauses.
America's businesses have created 14.5 million new jobs over 75 straight months.
We're developing technology. Every technology can be used in some negative way, and so we all should work towards making sure that it's not going to happen. And even one of the interesting directions is that once you know how to create something, you know how to reverse engineer it. And so you can...
I'm a guy.
And so one could create methods for identifying edited videos versus real videos.
Well, that's not even great. All right.
You guys cool if I play some sports?
No, we're not.
It got me thinking about my full-time employees.
Hold on. Let me find some more deepfakes, dude. This is fucking wild, bro. Okay, let's go here.
By feeding a complicated computer program millions of images and sound bites, it can learn to do this.
President Trump is a total and complete dipshit. Now, you see, I would never say these things, at least not in a public address, but someone else would. Someone like Jordan Peele.
It's called a deepfake. We, have the facts.
All right, we already know this.
Crafting
We're gonna
realistic
find it out.
humanoids in video games or CGI movies used to take years of training, hundreds of people, and millions of dollars. But that's just not the case anymore. Today, with just a little facial mapping and powerful artificial intelligence,
look at
these
this,
sophisticated
Let's see.
machine learning techniques.
Okay,
You
my
blame
friend
me
is
for
here to
interfering with
talk
your
shit with me.
democracy.
No,
Is
you're
it not
there.
hard for democracy to collapse?
These days, it's not totally clear what to believe and what not to. These videos are fake.
Oh, here we are.
Lies have been around for thousands of years. Deepfakes are new, but they're just lies in a slightly other form.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
Okay, cool,
Yo,
cool.
we're getting into the wildest shit ever, bro. Dude, this is like the fucking. I never seen anything like it before. Have you been watching this?
So a lot of it. Have you heard about the like even the AI shit is so crazy. So like Joe Rogan's podcast?
Yeah, of course, bro.
He right now has like signed some contract with all these other countries where they can play his podcast in his voice in their language.
What?
And it sounds identical to him.
Yo, that's fucking crazy. See, this is the weird dude. This is getting out of control. It's like, where's the limit to it? You know what I mean? Like, I think they're gonna make laws about it. They got to make laws about it. I mean, I think like
you would hope, but the biggest problem is that 90% of all media. Go ahead.
No, hey, Stevie. So tell them who you are real quick, because my guests are wondering who you are.
I'm Steve. That's really it. You know.
Nah, Steve. Okay, just Steve. So we're Steve,
no, I'm Steve. You know, I've been through some hard things. I'm on the other side. I'm all about just trying to get better and having other people understand there's a way. And that's honestly like, as far as like a mission goes, that's it. Other than that, you know, try to laugh as much as possible and just keep my mind stimulated.
Fact. You know, I know you've been through some trauma and some of like eventful things as a kid. And me and you are going to do our interview, and we can promote that maybe later. But let's talk about these wild ass videos, bro. Right?
Yeah.
Let me play some more videos, dude. Right? Hold on. Let's do this. You want to do a deep fake explained, or you want to do another deep fake?
I think we can explain it. Like I'm pretty caught up on the deep fakes.
Yo, check
as
this
far
out. Watch this, Steve, and we'll see how good we are. Right?
No one's lips.
You see it?
We need to adapt to the fact that we can't trust anything we see.
I don't know about you, but to me, some deepfake videos seem 100% real.
At least not in a public address.
I guess I could easily be tricked by a fake video. I'm a journalist, so telling the truth is a crucial part of my job. I need to know what's real and what's fake. So I want to find out, is there a way to distinguish between a real
This is real life
and a fake video?
This is really happening.
And how can we detect deepfakes?
That's Hao Li. He's an associate professor of computer science. He has created some nearly perfect deepfakes of politicians. To check out how he makes deepfakes, make sure to click on the link.
Very soon, they will become so hard to
They
detect
just cut
that you
like
have to take a
words
different
in.
approach. One of the most disturbing problems right now is if you do things like revenge porn. So if you insert someone's face.
I was saying that most of the deep fakes is, especially with people who have been online and there's a ton of footage of voice of them. You know, now that computer program, whatever it is, can mimic the, you know, syllables or whatever to make it perfect. And they just take what they've said. And then a lot of times you can, like the older ones, you could see that the lips were off. Now they're so good with it that they can, you know how they have like de-aging programs in movies? They can make movie stars look 50 years younger. So it's the same shit now with the lungs, with the lips. Huh?
Yeah. I can make myself look younger right on this fucking screen. You know what I mean? So if they have to do it here, smooth your lines in your face and stuff like that. Yeah.
And then the big problem is with deepfake specifically, is that a majority of media now is like 90% of the big internet-based news or television news is owned by like 4 people.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have an agenda that they want pushed. Like, I don't want to bring up Rogan again, but he just sued CNN. Did you see what they did with him?
No, tell me. The hell?
He was talking about a different woman. I forget who it was he was talking about. Some other senator who spoke out about whatever. But they clipped what he was saying and put, because before that he had said Kamala Harris. So the good stuff he said about that senator lady, they clipped him saying Kamala Harris, and then all that other stuff, making it seem like he was talking about her, which is crazy to do that to somebody who has millions and millions. Of course he's gonna see you just did that.
Enemy there. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So he instantly spoke up, and that was CNN. CNN.
Yeah. They control the narrative for fucking 90% of media right now, I feel like.
They really do. Yeah. As far as television.
Battled with political agendas and shit. They got the, NBC's got the gun control, and Fox got the Republican lean, CB, they have their own narrative. I feel like they got the best news, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, CNN's very left, and then you got Fox, who's super right.
Right. I don't like the libs, man. I'm not sure. It's not that I dislike anybody in particular. I just dislike their opinion on things. The whole. I'm gonna get into that next, bro. How about that, bro? Right?
The kids is the dude. The liberals have so many things that it's is common sense just gone? So you're saying a kid has to be 18 to get a tattoo because they're too young to mentally understand a permanent thing, but you can give them hormone blockers at 12.
That's not all they can do. Watch this, Steve. Let's watch this real quick. Hold on. I'm gonna is it sharing? Yep. Watch this.
Now, the High Court has ruled that children under 16 who say they want to change gender are unlikely to be able to give their informed consent to treatment with drugs that block puberty. The case was brought by a young woman who regretted her decision to have treatment and argued that a court order should be needed for children to take the medication. Transgender rights campaigners have criticised the decision, and the only NHS clinic to offer the treatment to children says it will appeal against the ruling. Our social affairs correspondent Alison Holt has more details.
For Kira Bell, emerging from the High Court, this judgment was about decisions made as a teenager that started her on the road to transitioning from female to male. She argued she was too young to understand the impact of that treatment. The court agreed more checks are needed.
I'm delighted at the judgment of the court today. It was a judgment that will protect vulnerable people. I wish it had been made for me before I embarked on the devastating experiment of puberty blockers.
At 16, Kira was desperate to be a boy. She was given drugs, puberty, then male hormones.
Too young to get a tattoo.
Clinicians say for some children this is the right move.
They can't buy cigarettes, they can't buy alcohol, and they can't
None of
get
it.
a tattoo, but their moms can say, you can't have a baby for the rest of your life, and we're going to cut your wiener off, dude, and make you a girl.
Here's the biggest problem. You go to California, they're locking up parents who are going against their kid, wanting to have a sex change. Literally, they just passed a law. How crazy is that? And in California, there's what?
When did they pass that law? California. That's a Republican.
Not even. I want to say not even a year ago. And what's crazy is, right after they passed that, the same state, California, passed a law that say a kid's in school, it could be elementary or whatever, and they come out to the teacher saying, I don't feel like a boy or I don't feel like a girl, yada yada.
Yeah.
They've passed a law that teacher does not have to come to the parent and inform them what the child's going through.
What?
Because that teacher who's going to be with the kid for 8 months has a bigger role in this child's life.
Dude, that's
Like
insane, bro.
it's
Like, I feel
insane.
like in the home is
Insane.
where it starts, bro. You got to figure out these things in the home first. The parents, the closest person to the kid. If anybody's going to be able to make a difference in their life, it's going to be a parent, bro.
A parent. That's all. I'm not against any of it. I think people have the right to change or feel whatever way they want. But when you're a child, like let the child grow up. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, dude,
is
listen,
you know,
I was roommates with a kid, right? We're gonna say it's a kid, right? I'm not gonna say it's a boy or a girl because at this point I have no idea. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
they're good people. They're people just like anybody else. They got the same emotions and things like that. Maybe a little bit whacked out because it's, you know, I feel like there is some mental illness involved in it, but you know, they are
with some
good
of them, without question, yeah.
Right. They are good people, though. There's good people in every
Yeah.
gender and race, but this
Yeah.
person had made a giant mistake. She cut her boobs off and got a sex change down below, right?
Yeah.
So then she said, you know, I wish I, you know, I didn't do this because I feel there's scars all over her chest, right? She was
How
wicked,
old
so-
was she when she did it?
Dude, she was
Or
12
he?
years old, bro. 12
Yeah,
years
see,
old.
that's the problem.
Bro. And she was only 18 or 19 when I met her, dude. And she tried to like do things to me. I was like, yo, get away from me, bro. Cause that's how confused it was, bro. Like, I'm like, wow, dude. You know, that's how bad it is. And I felt real bad for the person, bro. I really did, dude.
Yeah. Well, in all honesty, like science is science. And one of the good things about science, and it does change all the time. Without question, it changes. But for the most part, science is based in factual things.
Yeah.
You know, there's always outliers, though. Doesn't matter what it is. You could say 100% of people, but it's never 100%. There's always an outlier. You know, you can say everybody's born either female or male, but there are the hermaphrodites or the non-gen, you know, it happened.
Yeah.
But that's not the majority. You know, if you got to think, like, if we know that everybody's born with two legs, right?
Yeah.
The person who's born with one leg, we don't make a category for people, you know, we understand that was a tragedy. That's not the example. That's not the staple.
It's a medical.
And all I'm saying is, no matter who you are, if you think about who you were when you were 12, 14, 16, even 18, to who you are now and how you see the world,
Different person.
it is like completely different. And I don't care nothing. Listen, I truly believe in this. I don't care what anybody does. If you're not bringing it to my doorstep or my child or like the people I care about, you can I don't care what you do. Not in a bad way, not like go fuck. I'm just saying, like, I believe you should be able to do what you want.
Right.
But I do believe that children need mentorship. I grew up, you know, I told you, my father was murdered when I was 2.5. Like I grew up without that type of mentorship.
Right.
And then I see people who have that. It's drastically different. I just believe let a child be a child. They don't need to make drastic choices. And as they get older, if that's what they want to do, like older, like 18, 19, you know.
Yeah. Older than that.
Yeah. But you can start the process if you want to start seeing a therapist or a doctor about what the process is at 18, do you? But I don't believe a parent.
Right, Steve? I think if you got it in your head at 18, it's still just a fad. You don't know yet.
It could be.
Know what
It
I
could
wanted to
be.
Until I was 25. That's when I got the enlightening. I calmed down as a person. I wasn't so aggressive. I didn't have all these different crazy beliefs like I had before. But it was like 25. I hit the level and I leveled out. But I feel like it's the fact that we push, like they said, like Emily said, genders, right? We talk about it so much, like genders. It's like a thing. We've made it a thing. It was never really a thing. Like, I don't know.
Think of this real quick. I'm not trying to cut you off. Just real quick, think about when you were a child. Every like small children cartoon had zero to do with a man and a female or whatever. They were girls and guys and whatever, but they just coexisted and did whatever. Now you see small children cartoons where they're pushing same-sex relationships, when I believe that small children, why you don't even need to introduce it.
Yeah, no.
Let them just be a kid, man.
Right. It's just, here's life and enjoy it, bro, right? It's not like you have to make a decision. I think that if you really think about it, do you really want to be a boy or a girl? It's like, what do you mean, mom? They wouldn't
Exactly.
even know
Why
unless we
even
told them.
talk about it? Yeah.
They wouldn't even know unless we told them. We're putting it in their heads. You know what I
Well,
mean?
that right now, what you're showing online, like deep fakes and stuff,
Yeah.
Every kid has a tablet or whatever, and a huge problem is, they start to believe this person online more than the parent. Think about when you were a child.
Yep.
Your entire world before school was like whoever was on your street, quick neighborhood, and family. That was it.
Mhm. Facts.
Then you go to school, it opens up a little bit, sports opens up a little bit, but it's still super small. From there, you then go to middle school, opens up more. Once again, sports opens up a little more, but it's still a small world. It isn't until you graduate high school and really start venturing out, or if you're running amok in your later teens, but you like it's a late venture where you really start to see what the world's about. Kids nowadays at 3, 4, 5 have the entire world at their fingertips.
Let's talk about this, right? From this angle, right? Okay. Have we forgotten about Christianity and God? Like, what does God think about this? Okay, the Bible states exactly what he thinks about it, right? It's not like he beats around the bush. It's, you were born in the image of God, right? God doesn't make mistakes, dude. God births you as you are supposed to be birthed, whether you are born to face adversity or not. I am born to face adversity the same as a hermaphrodite is, right? I have different adversity. My adversity was hardship, prison, struggle, trauma, suicide, and murders and deaths and drug addiction. Their adversity is the fact that they're hermaphrodite.
Hardship is very individual.
Yeah, it is, and it's based on what God has planned for you. I believe that entirely, dude. Let's watch this, because this is like Grace said that they don't ever play videos that show videos of young adults who regret their decision. This is
Oh, yeah, they have a ton of them. You just got to find them.
This is one right here. Look at.
But Kira believes it was a mistake for her.
The discussions were very brief, and there was no real investigation into why I had gender dysphoric feelings and how I got to that stage. I spoke briefly of depression and anxiety, but again, it was kind of assumed by everyone that transitioning would alleviate that.
Her case was against the Tavistock, the UK's only gender identity clinic for children. It argued that puberty-blocking drugs are only prescribed if a child can give informed consent. But today's judgment ruled it was doubtful a child under 16 could really understand the long-term implications. And for 16 and 17-year-olds, the courts may also need to be involved. This mother, who wants to remain anonymous, was
all for fucking 25 years.
Now she wants to remain anonymous.
Right? Yeah, she didn't want. She's making her kid a different gender, dude. I don't know.
Also involved in bringing the action. Her daughter, who has autism, is on the clinic's waiting list.
And the long-term effects of puberty blockers, they're not really known. They're given for extended period of time at a time when your developing body needs to be exposed to hormones.
Yeah.
It doesn't just help the physical development, it helps the psychological, social, and emotional development of a child.
In a statement, the Tavistock says, the Trust is disappointed by today's judgment, and we understand that the outcome is likely to cause anxiety for patients and their families. It continues, we are working to provide support for patients concerned about the impact on their care.
Talk about,
it's a very important issue.
Talk about being suicidal as an adult or something. My roommate was suicidal. Like, it sent him or her, whatever, it sent it into a spiral of drug addiction and crack abuse, bro. Like, it couldn't deal with the fact that it had made that decision forever and could never go back on it. your boobs are not coming back. When those scars are nothing but what you have left, you're going to regret that decision when you're like 5-6 years in the future. Maybe at first, even if you have a shirt on, I have no idea about how you could want that for yourself. It's scars, deep, big scars. And it's
not even the scars, but it's a well-known fact that, you know, males, females mature at different rates. You know, like males hit their sexual prime or whatever at 18, 19, 20. Women are later, but
32.
You're like, as a man or a female, you know, men, we have testosterone, women have estrogen, but as they progress, their body is reacting, growing. Now, at a young age, before someone has even hit the height they're gonna be for the, like, these people are doing sex changes before these people even have their fucking wisdom teeth.
Yo, fact, bro.
It's like, can we let the body mature?
The mind.
And then, if, like, you know, but as you mature, as your body mature mentally, you're gonna mature as far as, you know, how you're gonna be. You see kids who grow up at young age that are super shy. That's just how they are. As they grow older, they start to come out of their shell. They feel differently. It's just my big thing is,
what if they become conflicted over their own spirituality? Like, how do you ever get right once you do that spiritually, right? I feel like it deprives your soul. Like, you can never fix it.
Yeah.
But, you know, God does forgive everybody for everything, right? You can cleanse your soul. It doesn't matter, right? But at the same time, that's a big conflict, bro. Something that maybe, you know, and I feel like it's got to be some type of, like, you know, influenced by, you know, dark spirits, something, man. I just don't know, man. It just seems like
the
it's
problem is with the spiritual side of things, we have to understand that, like, spirituality, religion, that's a taught thing. Like, if you wake up in a country in the you know, talk about the African tribes, they have no concept of our religions because they've never heard of them. They were never taught that, you know. So that's like a learned thing, and I'm not knocking one or the other.
Yeah,
honestly, on my behalf, I have a tough time with it. I want it because I see the relief that it gives the people who have that faith. At a young age, I just started to believe, like, if there was something, like, why am I going through this, like, continuously?
Yeah.
And as I got older, I met other people who had deep faith, and I became crazy jealous of it. But what I'm saying is, you know, depending on the household they're in or whatever, they might not understand that concept or have been enlightened with, you know, certain belief or.
True. I think that I think it's also, that's another thing that's taught out of us in school. Like, they teach us that, like, any type of, like, I feel like anyways, like, Christmas is outlawed, things like that. Like, it's like they almost don't want you to have Christian beliefs, or it's kind of frowned upon even, you know what I mean? They say it's like putting someone else down by representing. It's like, I just don't see how that's true, because, you know, if it's all inclusive, it's all inclusive, whether you're Christian or Jewish or Zimbabwean, whatever it is, you know what I mean? Yeah.
And that's the thing. I like, everybody can have their different beliefs, which doesn't make one right or the other wrong. You know, same thing, like we were just talking about trauma. That's an individual thing. Something that someone who's never really dealt with anything, their parents getting divorced later on in life, could be earth shattering. Where somebody like myself, I say, you know, I eat that for breakfast on a regular basis. That's my wake up.
Shit like you for breakfast.
Yeah, that's my wake up. That's my wake up trauma. You know, but and it's the same thing. Excuse me. With the religion, depending on, nobody's wrong with a belief. I believe, like, if you're doing something that helps you as an individual, if it's religion or if it's working out, if it's going to AA, if it's whatever it may be, if it's joining live chats, whatever it is that's helping you feel better, be better. Who the fuck am I to tell you that that's wrong? You know?
Is there ever times like where you're in my live chat and it makes you feel like you know you have someone to relate to and shit? I remember you told me that before, and
I
felt
told
like,
you that. Yeah.
Yeah,
that was why we connected.
Right. I feel
100%.
Yeah, because we have
So,
like deep trauma, and I feel like only people with trauma on that level could actually
feel that.
Understand.
Yeah.
Understand. Yeah.
No, without question. I like what we're talking about right now is different, you know, than what. But yes, 100% your channel, like I told you, and the same thing that I've been looking for to help those same people. I just believe that there is, which that doesn't mean I wouldn't help anyone. I'm just saying, I believe that someone who has gone through that fire, and me saying that, if you're questioning it, you haven't been through it.
Fact.
You've gone through that fire. You fucking know you have gone through it. There's no like, maybe I have. That situation was bad. No. You know, because you come out burnt and you start to feel comfortable in that burning. And those people are the ones who, plus you almost mentally feel like you have to live to that image. And like how me and you were even talking right now, you know, a younger me, I couldn't open up to you because now you can use that against me. I can't give you that, you know, and with age, with wisdom, with trial and error. Honestly, that was my thing. Literally, like trial and error. But now, and I'm not by no means saying I have all the answers, or you know, but what I'm showing and what I'm showing, and which I believe you're showing, is that yeah, we've been through that. So if we want to talk about something like this, if we want to talk about that pain, that suffering, you know that you have someone who understands that, who's on the other side, you know? And a lot of times, think about those guys who are fresh getting out or whatever. You just sitting with them and them just feeling the understanding sometimes is enough to get them to realize, okay, I'm out. I'm not going to do that again. Let me, you know, it's.
Hey, Steve, you know what? I gotta mention something right now because it's very important. Starting on Monday, right? Or it's actually Sunday. We're gonna do the recording this week on Sunday. It's gonna be every Sunday we're gonna do the recording, but we might start just doing live after this week. Because the first week I'm going to introduce Jen, and that she's the person, Jen Sullivan. You know Jerry Sullivan?
Yeah, I remember you telling me. Yeah, Jerry.
Okay,
who doesn't know Jerry? Yeah.
It's going to be a segment called Locked
Jerry.
Up.
Jerry's the fucking. That's a legend.
Yeah, he really is. He's a truly
no joke.
legend.
No.
And he's
Truly a
on
legend.
my show soon. Yep, he's going to be calling in.
Nice. He's another one. He's another one that you can see what he is now, and then you hear those stories.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, those are the people, though, like you hear, which, you know how you were just doing the CO shit?
Yep.
Which just happened at the Max? If those older COs, those more seasoned COs, were like your boy Stevie, who's come on, was like who Jerry's becoming, you know, more of that, instead of, because we come in hungry, we come in hot, we come in, you know, let me show. But those guys are like, you don't gotta, you know, yeah, you gotta handle yours, but you don't have to be a crash test dummy. You don't gotta do that. And they show a maturity in a situation which is very tough to be mature, freshly coming in. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, dude. A young guard comes in with the same ego trip that everybody else has, bro, right?
Yeah.
So you're coming in, you're trying to prove a point to your fellow COs and to the inmates or convicts, I should say convicts, the people that are in there, you know, living by the law and policing themselves. And then you got some douchebag coming in talking about you. And it's like, yo, who are you, bro? We live here, bro, for the rest of our lives. And you just come in here, start working here and think you could be tough and disrespect me, bro, right? Nah, that's not how it goes. And that's when violence happens. But you know what, Steve, it's been great, bro. I kind of want to show this picture real quick before I end this live. And I want people to look forward to Steve's interview coming up soon, and the new segment with me and Jen called Locked Up and Living Out, Stories Beyond Bars. We're going to talk about relationships with people in prison, you know, sexual relationships, you know, anything, all kinds of news, you know, any hot topic, anything you could possibly think of, we're going to talk about it. And she is funny as hell. You guys got to stop by. We're going to have some real fun. You know, we'll have guests coming on our show so we can tag team, do whatever, man. It's going to be fun. It's going to be great. But look at this right here. This is Donald Trump, right? Shared one of Twitter posts included, which showed several women wearing Swifties for Trump t-shirts in various colors and had a satire label on it. The creator of that post said it was clearly labeled as satire and they believe the Republican candidate got the joke, right? But it's Swifties for Trump, Swifties for Trump. Taylor wants you to vote for Trump. Swifties for Trump. It's hilarious. It's just a bunch of like, it's AI though. That's
oh yeah.
Deep fake. Yep. So that was what I was gonna. Oh yeah, there's no screen share audio on this, so it doesn't matter. All right, so I love you guys. Yeah, I'm scared, Jen. Trust me, I'm scared, bro. You got me shook because she's a tough ass woman and she is not afraid to say whatever comes to her mind, and that's gonna be one of the greatest parts about the show.
She's the target girl, right?
Who, Jen?
Yeah.
No, she works at a bar in Chicago.
No, but I'm saying she just came on and told a story about being in Target.
Yeah. Yep. No. That's Grace. That's Grace. That was Grace.
Oh, yep. My fault. Yep.
That's Grace. That's my friend Grace. Yep. She's awesome. She was a guest on my show.
She is right there.
My number. I will text you the number. In fact, you guys, W number is the best. I'm gonna play a song on the way out. I want everybody to smash those hearts and hundreds as many times as your fingers could possibly friggin' do it, right? And I don't want to hear no excuses. Bump that shit down to thousands. Let's get those hearts and hundreds pumping, comments, whatever you got, man. Drop it now. It's your chance to shine, bro. I love you guys.
In the words I say,
it all helps me out,
really. Push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day. I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say,